Good morning from Bali. I've started going for these morning walks, and they're a really good thing for me to just compartmentalize where my head's at. And I'm going to start using this as an opportunity to share some stuff with you because content gets hard and it feels forced a lot of the time. If I'm sitting there, I'll be like, oh, what's this thing that I need to come up with to talk to you guys about? And then it becomes a bit disingenuous and rehearsed and scripted. You probably see a lot of content out there, and I'll throw my hands up. I create content like that as well. But actually, when I'm on these walks, this is where I'm actually most in tune with me, how I'm feeling, where my head's at. And that is the most genuine and honest and heartfelt place I can kind of share with you guys, especially when I'm really tuning into what it means to be me, what it means to be a man, what it means to be a high performer, what it means to be sober, and what's coming up in my life and my day that I feel, could benefit you guys that are watching. And there's three things that have come up on this walk this morning. So the first one is lightness and likeness, which is a fantastic concept that I love, which I'll dive into a little bit more. The second one is the morning energy that you have after you've been in a situation the night before that an older version of you would not have handled the same way. So I'll actually start with this one. There's another one that I'll tell you about afterwards as well. So obviously last night, it's not obvious, but last night I was out at a friend's birthday. It was at a beautiful beach club just down the road here called Soul Rooftop, where you can see the sunset from the rooftop of this bar club. Great music. Actually, there was a moment that I shared with the boys when I got there. They have this live DJ, and as I walked through the entrance to this place is really cool. It's this bamboo tunnel that you have to walk through to get into the main bit of the bar. And as I walked through it, the DJ just the beat dropped, the drop of whatever house track she was playing literally dropped as I stepped through into the bar, and I was like, oh. You just feel that song just sort of, it hits you right in the chest, and you're like, yeah, I could have a little boogie to this. I was in such good energy, such good spirits. But it's a situation that I sat round. There was 10, 15 people there. People were drinking, music was pumping. And it's just one of those situations that you find yourself in where you just acknowledge at the time. I'm not in a situation now with my sobriety that would trigger me to make me want to have a drink in the slightest. I think one of the powerful ways about the way that I've created sobriety for myself, and I help my clients create sobriety for themselves, is that we heal, we don't hide. There's a massive distinction. There's a lot of hiding from your triggers that goes along in the world of healing, and it's not fucking healing, right? You're not healed if you never put yourself in situations that trigger you. You're just being a pussy. And it's controversial, but I think you should keep yourself in as many of those situations as you can, because they will show you how healed you actually are. They will show you, if you can't go to a bar, if you can't go to a nightclub, if you can't go to a wedding, if you can't go to, a work conference, if you can't go to a Christmas party and not drink, then you're just going to live a really fucking boring life. You're just going to be an introvert that just is wrapped up in cotton wool, that never does anything or never experiences anything that is going to test you. And I think this is where the mental resilience side actually plays into having more fun and having way, way, way more enlightened and warm experiences, because the more resilient that you can be in the areas of your personal development where you actually want to fucking push forward, the more that you're able to enjoy situations without being on red alert about how it's going to trigger you, because it doesn't actually fucking matter. Once you become embodied, you could just be in any situation and be these variable conditions don't affect me. It doesn't matter what's happening here. It doesn't matter what these other people are doing. It doesn't matter what questions I'm going to be asked. It doesn't matter, none of it matters, because you are consistent. You are you in all of these environments. And I think that's why it's called personal development. It's got fuck all to do with anybody else. It's got fuck all to do with any external factors. It's a you thing. And this is the lightness versus the likeness, right? There's a lightness in being able to like yourself, which sometimes the work in the world of resilience and personal development gets lost. Like, resilience is branded as this hyper aggressive, toxic, masculine, like David Goggins-esque grind and just put up with shit for the sake of suffering. It's not actually what it's all about. The whole purpose behind building mental fortitude is so that you can have a more enjoyable life. From my perspective anyway, that's my belief. I just got down to the beach, got to share this with you. What a way to begin the morning, huh? Perdana Bali. This is where I come down every morning. I pick my coffee up on the way from a place that's called St. Ali, because I don't know why, from like a manifestation standpoint, I feel like there's a bit of power in getting a coffee from a coffee shop that's named after me. And then I come down, there's some steps behind this sign. Come and sit down here and I do my little meditation. But I've decided to share some stuff with you on the way. So yeah, the lightness versus the likeness. It has to be a lightness to the work that you're doing. If you are doing personal development from a place of hate, if you are trying to improve yourself because on a deep level you do not like who you are, then the energy behind that manifestation of whatever you're trying to create, the energy behind any of the changes that you're trying to make are rooted in an energy of hate. Whereas if you're showing up for yourself with lightness and likeness because you want your life to be lighter and you want to like yourself enough, like you love yourself enough to do the hard things that are going to improve your life, you love yourself enough to be able to have difficult conversations, to do hard tasks, to be resilient in your workouts, to sit in silence for half an hour a day. These things are fucking hard. And if you're doing them because you hate yourself, there is a limit to the benefit that you'll receive from it. The pure energy of the whole universe, 528 hertz, that's the vibration that we're all vibrating at. It's the energy, it's the vibration of love. Love is everything. And that's not in like a hippie, ippy-dippy way, but like, why would it fucking not be? Like, at the root of it all, the really fucking simple question to ask anybody is like, which emotion do you prefer, love or hate? Like, unless you're a fucking psychopath, who's choosing hate? Like, nobody enjoys hating things. So like, compartmentalize the energy behind why you're doing what you're doing. And if it isn't from an energy of love, then that's the first piece of work that you need to do in your personal development. That is the first piece of work that you need to do on yourself. Start shifting your mindset from an energy of, I don't like this about my body, I don't like this about my mindset, I don't like this about my life, to, I love myself enough to want to change this for me. It's a huge shift. It's a huge shift. And circling back to that energy of last night, I was actually up there, the beach club's up there. But being able to like go there, enjoy time with my friends, not worry about drinking, and still wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, family back home are 8 hours behind, be able to speak to people before they go to sleep, be able to wake up, come for my morning walk, come down to the beach, do my meditation. Like, none of these things, everything is downstream from some good decisions that I made for myself yesterday. Like, how my day is going to pan out today is a direct relationship of me acting in alignment with who I am and my values and the man that I want to be in the world. Yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before, it's all like a fucking domino effect. Like, nothing happens in isolation when you're working on yourself. So if you're watching this and you're struggling with your sobriety, or you're struggling with showing up for yourself and being consistent with your habits, the biggest thing that I want you to take away from this video is this concept of lightness and likeness. You're doing these things to make life lighter, and you're doing these things because you love yourself. And if you've lost sight of that, then I just encourage you to bring your energy back to that. And if you do want to go deeper and explore how I can help high-performing men like you just get a grasp on these things and really step into this version of a man that they know they can be beyond alcohol, then there's a link below, and there's a little video that we've put together about exactly how we help men like you do this. Go and check that out. Otherwise, I'm going to keep on posting more videos like this, because this is a great way for me to create. It's much more free-flowing, it's much more open, it's much more honest. This is the first one I've done, so maybe I was a little bit waffly, and that will get sharper if I keep doing them every day. But like, consistency is what we're after, not perfection. Much love. Have a beautiful Monday.